Hi, my name is Tom Clavin. Thanks to my friends at LTV Studios in East Hampton for helping me make this video. And the reason why I'm doing it is because I have a new book coming out November 2nd. It's called Lightning Down, published by St. Martin's Press. Now, some of you may know my name because I've written books about the American West, like Dodge City, Tombstone, Wild Bill, and my new book with Bob Drury, Blood and Treasure. But Lightning Down is a very different story. It's a World War II story. The main character is Joe Moser. He's a farm boy from the state of Washington, and after Pearl Harbor, he enlists. Through hard work, his dream comes true. He becomes an Army Air Corps pilot. And after some more training, in early 1944, he and his squadron are sent over to England. They're based there, and from their base, they fly their P-38 Lightnings. They escort bombers, and they go in for attack German defenses. On August 13, Joe, still only 22 years old, is on his 44th mission. Only 6 more after this, and he gets to go home. But on that particular day, as he's going in for the attack, anti-aircraft fire gets him. His plane goes on fire. It's going down. He barely gets out of the cockpit before it lands on a farm field and explodes. He tries to escape, but almost immediately the Germans capture him. He's brought to a Paris prison, and there he's brutally interrogated, and he finds out that he's among hundreds and hundreds of prisoners there who are dying from disease and starvation and the brutal treatment of the guards. Now it's his turn. He could be next. Now, some of you are wondering, why wasn't he a POW? Why isn't he in a prisoner of war camp? This is why Lightning Down is also shocking. It's the story, previously untold, of how 170 American pilots were convicted by the Nazis of being terrorists, and they're supposed to die as soon as possible, not go to a POW camp. After only a couple of days, that prison gets emptied out. About 2,000 people are put on a train. The Allies are closing in on Paris. This train for 5 days and nights goes through France, deep into Germany. These poor prisoners are in cattle cars, no food, barely any water, suffocating in the August heat. When the cattle doors open, they find that they have arrived at Buchenwald, one of the most notorious of prison concentration camps. If they weren't going to die in that prison in Paris, they were certainly going to die here. And they come close to it. They're starved, they're beaten, they're brutalized. They're bombed by their own Allied planes by mistake. Everything is thrown at them, but they refuse to die. They have a courageous officer who unifies them, who says, we are going to defy the Germans. We are not going to give in to them. We are going to stay alive. Word gets back all the way to Hitler in Berlin that these pilots, who nobody knows they're there, except for the Germans, of course, they won't die. I mean, some do die. Not everybody survives. But Hitler personally gives the order to have them executed. They find out, back in Buchenwald, they have just 1 week to live. What happens? Well, if I told you, you might not read the book. I want you to read the book. I think you're going to find it a fascinating book. I think Lightning Down is something you won't be able to put down. Thank you for listening this far. The book comes out November 2nd. It's called Lightning Down, a World War II story of survival from St. Martin's Press. Thanks again.